Hello everyone, welcome to Coffee with Chloe in the morning. Oh, not much coffee creamer today, but it tastes pretty good. And I'm on the wrong screen, but that's alright. So, I'm also logged into the wrong account. So as you can see, on the Near wallet, you can log into many different accounts. And so I'll find marmaj.near here. We can get started. I'm Chloe, founder of the Marma J Foundation, and this is Coffee with Chloe in the morning, where I go try and come live Monday to Friday. So today's Tuesday, May 3rd. It is 9:24 a.m. and I have a meeting at 10, and so we're gonna try and keep this really short. I do try and go live from 7:30 to 8 a.m., but hey, sometimes I sleep in. So Near's up a little bit, 1204. Marma J tokens up a little bit to 1157. Great to see. Paras down quite a bit, down to 17 cents. Pixel token steadily kind of drawing down to about 5 cents. And we got some wrapped Near and such as well. Let's go to the Near blocks. Again, I don't think much has changed here. I will continue to check out. They told me they'd let me know when they got updated, but I still kind of come here, check to see if they've added the Marma J token to their token tracker. Ooh, they added Sweat Coin. Very interesting. 3 holders, so it's a new token. Anyways, lots to dig into there. If you want to use Sweat Coin, my name is Chloe819. So you can follow me along and sweat on the Sweat Coin app and earn sweat tokens from walking. Very cool. There are some proposals to vote on in the Marma J DAO. So the Marma J Foundation has a DAO. Astro DAO is like the UI front end. Sputnik DAO is the back end contracts. I'll make the screen a tiny bit smaller, maybe so you can read what's happening in some of these calls. But this is to vote on VR DAO's May funding request. So I'll click this Astro DAO proposal so I can see the actual funding request. Here it is, proposal number 353. The VR DAO for May is looking for $5,000. So I'm just going to vote yes. What that's going to do is signal that yes, Marma J .near is saying that this should go through. The Marma J DAO is slowly signifying its approval of this proposal. And then once either myself or Bianca votes, it'll pass on the Marma J DAO. And then the creatives poll will get one more vote as well. So this, as you could see, VR DAO has voted, Muti DAO has voted, and a bunch of other DAOs have a chance to vote. There's Marma J DAO, and once it passes in our DAO, they'll get a vote here as well. And so generally, I'll click into the forum proposal as well, check in to see what they're doing. So this is the VR DAO. They're in project. They've got these for members. This is their target address. This is who KYC'd. You can get quite a bit of information, like how much Near they already have, what their amount looking for is, what their past report, what do they want to do for the month. The floor is too high. So there's a project. Okay. They're going to have objective is finding potential mentors for the project. Okay. So monthly reports, all this stuff. Okay. Admin work. Research for the floor is too high. Plant narrative, video essays, lectures, UX and web design for the floor is too high. So lots of crazy stuff going on. And if you want to learn more, you should read all these crazy proposals. Someone here wanted to get paid out for their book that got published, or for their short story. I wouldn't necessarily call it a book, but Ade Banjo will be voting yes on your proposal because 5 Marma J, it's written out. Thank you so much for partaking in the short story event. Again, as always, Ashley, thank you so much for supporting, helping people get their stories edited and ready to be published. Many people are creative enough to write down 500 to 1,000 words on a topic, but not everyone feels confident enough to have those 500,000 words shared with the world. And so having someone to support you and be like, hey, write whatever you want, I can kind of help you work through this and get this published is really helpful. So thank you, Ashley. Much appreciated to our wonderful director of lore. Yeah, they want me to vote here. We'll check out their form proposal as well. There is a forum proposal added. They're looking for 1865 US. And then I just quickly check over to see 3 people. They have like no money in their DAO, which doesn't really make sense. Okay, so they don't even have an Astro DAO yet. They want to create educational tutorials as NFTs. I think that's super cool. Although again, I always kind of get confused about why you're charging someone to create the NFT. In my sense, it makes more sense to budget $660 or some amount of near to purchase the guides as NFTs from the DAO. But again, I can comment that and write that later. But for now, usually for a first month event, get people started, get them thinking, get them funded, and then, you know, in future weeks or future months when they're asked questions like how do I do this, how to do that, how do we improve, you can kind of start explaining to them, okay, once they have their DAO, once they have their rent-based store, once they have their community, hey, for next month, why don't you budget $1,000 to collect NFTs, and then you can just have people make NFTs, request to get collected, and it's all a little more decentralized, a little more open and transparent. So Crypto Muse, this proposal I will be voting down. I left a comment as well. The near account for the target and the near account that proposed is different than the near account in the story. So this is not a big deal. This is not on chain, of course, and so we can change the near account that's here. A council member would have to do that, or Gabriel can submit a different proposal. He can still use CryptoMuse01.near as the proposer, but the target who's receiving the 5 marmaj should be the same as the target in the actual story, the person who wrote the story. So I'm going to be voting down on this one. If Bianca and Chloe.near both vote yes, it'll still pass. And I would assume the only way that would happen for this proposal is if Ashley or Bianca or someone went and changed the name on the actual story. Not a big deal though. If this vote fails, the proposal will fail. The user, CryptoMuse01.near, will get their bond back. So their 0.019 near they used to put the proposal up, they'll get it back. So there's not much of a big deal when things, when proposals fail. The biggest issue is when proposals expire. That causes a lot of operational headache. Someone has to finalize the proposal to get the funds back. And you never want your proposal to be thrown out as spam, because if your proposal goes out as spam, you don't get your bond back. And basically the DAO saying, hey, please stop submitting proposals, you're spamming us. Okay, that's the marmaj DAO proposals for the day. We have quite a few proposals daily. We can go to DAOstats.io. I'm actually going to pin this and start adding it to, okay, so DAO stats, general info, and I am going to add this to my daily marmaj Crypto Hero Discord, near Watchbot. Interesting. Mint base, let's put it here. Let's say DAO stats. Okay. Boom. Because DAO stats allows us to see a bunch of crazy things. Like, how many weekly active DAOs do we have? Not very many for some reason. We dropped off from 119, going very well, to now all of a sudden only 53 weekly active DAOs. That's not great. You know, what's that number going up? The number of DAOs constantly increasing, which is super cool. Literally like new DAOs almost every day, a few of them. And it costs, 5 near to make a DAO. So it's pretty interesting. Near's getting locked up for a use case of creating a DAO. Groups, not as important to look at, but we can actually just look at marmaj here. And then we can look at the activity of the marmaj DAO. Activity is relatively helpful, like how many proposals are going through at a certain time. But here it's going to say 0, even though we have activity. Just, doesn't really make too much sense. Users and activity. This is kind of what I'm looking at. All users for the DAO. This is my main number. How many individual people are submitting proposals to the marmaj DAO? That's what this number is showing. And so you can see in our graph, we were doing nothing. And then we were doing a little bit of testing, right? And then we started adding, multiple users, multiple groups. And then you could see how we kind of, for February, not much was happening again. We were in Denver for ETH Denver. Things were kind of slow. And then we kind of started having our events after ETH Denver, and things started shooting up. And we're hoping to get, thousands and thousands of users for our DAO. But let's just move on out of the DAO stuff for now. I will add DAO stats to be beside Astro, and we can go through a little bit of DAO stats quickly. Maybe I will try and do a general overview first. Let's shrink this page a little bit. Okay, so general overview. I think TVL is kind of interesting too, like number of bounties, TVL of bounties. It's not all the most useful information yet, but it's there. For Pixel Pets, game built by the Pixel Dapps team, pretty straightforward like always. You pick your 3 pets, you fight against another 3 pets. If you win, you don't get injured. If you faint or die, you have to recover from your injuries for a while. And at the moment, my goals are very simple. This pet here, Amaphila, I'm trying to get to level 100. So as you can see, I have 65 experience of 2020. So a little ways to go. And I'm trying to level up my Gobbler. It just died, so I'll show it next time, or you can watch another video and see it. I'm trying to level up my Gobbler as high as I can, because in Crypto Heroes, very soon there'll be an item that I can get. I don't know what it is. It's kind of a secret. But you can only get the item from having a high level Gobbler, and you only got the Gobbler by having an item in the past. So it's like it's a community engagement item where you have to level up your item in order to get a better airdrop. So it's pretty interesting, pretty cool. And yeah, so that is Pixel Pets. I think I'm in 3rd place across the game currently. Let's close some of these insane tabs. Oh, and here's Crypto Heroes, but I think currently I'm in 3rd or 4th. Oh, 5th. That's not that great. But again, currently I am not really trying to be number 1 in the game. If I was, I would only use these 3 pets for the most part. Maybe I'd use my Nox from time to time. But until this update comes and I no longer need to level up my Gobbler, I am going to continue using more of my team. And so as you can see, generally when I use my main team, even if one of my pets goes to really low health, we generally still win. And that helps us slowly tick up the ranks. But usually when you win, you gain 3 or 4 points. And when you lose 15 points. So even if you win 3, 4, 5 in a row, just losing 1 or 2 completely wipes away your rank. And so that's why you pretty much have to use your main team to go up the ranks, because you win 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row, then you lose 1, and you have a 4-hour cooldown. And you've only gained 10 points. And you gotta do this every 4 hours. And so every 4 hours, you can only really gain 10 or 20 points. And so it kind of becomes every day you can only gain a max of 50 points to 100 points. And so if you're always winning and always getting 50 to 100, yes, in about, in 10 days, that's awesome. In 10 days, I'll be back to, high 9s. So I'm not too worried about it, as you can see. So usually my, usually Amaphila dies first. So the Krathal died first. I bring the Nox in, and usually I'll stop here. Usually it's kind of just Machirion, or Amaphila and Nox. But it kind of depends how my team does. Will my Nox die right here? Yes, it did. I'll probably still win this match, but I won't really have a strong pet to put with the team. So I'll probably go 1 more. I'll put Hypolis in there. Hypolis is much weaker than the other pets that I have in general, and so it'll probably die quite quickly. But that's pretty much Pixel Pets. You just do this every 4 hours. You level up your pets. You try and win, go up the rankings, earn pixel tokens for being high up the rankings. And yeah, I enjoy seeing the pet evolutions. I enjoy how the algorithms of the pet stats going up. So legendary pets increase stats faster than epic. Epic increases stats faster than rare. And so as your pets level up, it really starts making more and more of a difference what rarity your pets are. So I'm going to leave it at that because I have some 2 strong pets, but there's no point in having these die. Let's go to Crypto Heroes. For this group, raids were in first by quite a bit. So because of that, I'm only going to raid with my main, the mage. What that will make sure is that for my mage will stay. Okay, we got to speed this up though, because I'm assuming people have seen this game before. If you haven't, you should just go play it. The link's in the bio. It's ecosystem.pixeldapps.co/cryptoheroes. And actually, one of the raiders in our Marma J raiding Discord party thing had the most amazing idea. So we were all talking about, where do we play the game? Like, do we log in only on our desktops? Because right now the game is desktop only. You cannot use your mobile, like phone or whatever, to click buttons. It's because of the keyboard. Long story short, the keyboard's kind of messed up, and you can't do that. I'm also going to buy a potion because I want to see what we get. But he was saying that he plays on his desktop, and then he logs in remotely to his desktop from his office at work using his mobile. And I was like, oh my gosh, you are so smart. Because you can't play on mobile, which stops most people from playing. And yes, I understand that, a lot of people only have mobiles because of like economic reasons. So, having a desktop at home and, logging into it remotely isn't going to work for most people. But it does help a lot of people, like me, for example. I like using marmaj.near on my desktop. It uses my ledger to secure it. And when I'm away, I have to use my fiance's laptop because she has a Mac and it works with Ledger and Near and all that. But if I could just remote desktop log in to my desktop at home and start playing the game on my phone, that would be amazing. And so I think I might look into it. I have not done much. I SSH into my stuff quite a bit to use my devices as servers. But obviously, when you SSH into something, you don't get the UI. Like I can't just SSH into my home computer and then open up the web browser on the desktop. I can, check the files and send things, but from when I've used it, I can't just open up a web page that's open. I gotta actually, or like a remote control the computer, which I'm not sure I want to remote control my main computer here anyways. Sounds interesting, but. Let's move on. What kind of potion did I get? Yes, 12% better stats. So I had a potion before, 11% better stats. I leveled up, lost the potion, bought a new potion that's even better. So as you can see, my current stats are 18,148, okay, with the potion and everything else. And if you go to my group raid, you'll see that marmaj.near stats are 17,919. So the next time I play, so when everyone plays right now, they're going to see marmaj.near mage with 17,919. The beauty is, when next time I play, they're going to see the upgraded mage. So I can show that next time. It's not very confusing, but I know it can be hard to understand when you haven't played before. Checking out the W near stuff very quickly. We already kind of went through the prices. $11,000 daily volume, pretty low. Obviously, we're trying to keep it to around 22,000, 23,000 daily volume. But if you look at the pairs, I'm sure there's very low volume. Yep, on the Marma ST near pair. Pretty low volume on the near pair, and pretty low volume on the ETH pair. And so these three pairs at the top are pretty much what keeps the Marma token high volume, same with ref, but the tokens have not been very volatile over the past 24 hours at least. So quickly, we're going to claim all three pools. It's funny, we have the most money in the ETH near pool, and it makes us close to the least, but it's the safest tokens, obviously, to be holding. So got to have the majority of our funds in the safest holdings. Our second majority, most amount of funds is in the ETH, the ref W near pool. And then the third amount of funds that we have is in the Marma J ST near pool. And I like this because it allows us to hold ref, W near, ETH, Marma J, and ST near across the board. And then support the ecosystem as they trade between them. And so we're earning trading fees on these pools, which is awesome. We want to earn all these tokens. And we're also earning reward tokens, which is pretty cool. So any reward token above, I think we're going to change it here to $5. We're going to withdraw. So for today, it's only going to be ref, in my opinion. So today's the first day we're kind of trying to switch things up a bit and just kind of increase the barrier to what we're withdrawing. Usually I say, okay, you know what, anything above $2, but I think now I want to start making sure that we're actually doing something with the tokens and not just, you know, signing transactions just to sign transactions, which I do quite often, I guess. And then again, remember, so once we withdraw these ref tokens, they get sent out to Chloe.near. So these are ref tokens. I'm sending the max to Chloe.near. I'm going to have to manually connect my ledger. Yes. I continually forget. Okay. And now the last thing, because again, we didn't withdraw everything. We still have our paras here. Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. One of them did. Okay. Lord help me. Okay, so what happened last time I think is happening now. Yesterday's video where I was like, oh, if you try and claim and it makes you go to the wallet, it means you don't have enough gas. And so that means you want to log out and log back in. So it's happening right now. This is a better display of it. I hit cancel. It's not claiming my rewards. It's making me sign every time I claim. All you want to do is you want to log out of Ref Finance, connect to Near, log back in. I use the regular Near wallet all the time, pretty much. I got to manually connect, yada, yada, yada. And when you add this key again, this 0.25 Near allowance, it'll go back to normal. And so I go back to farms now. I see this farm was $73 in it or whatever right here. And when I hit claim all, it's not going to redirect to the wallet. Okay, it's just going to claim all the tokens. It'll refresh the page, but it will not redirect to the wallet and make me do any signing mumbo jumbo. There you go. And I think it's kind of funny because I only noticed because I didn't see the Paras tokens here. But obviously now I'm going to have to withdraw some more ref. And yeah, so this ref, right, specifically, the main use case is generally to fund in real life, like real life marmaj initiatives. So the event we have coming up in May, it goes to fund just daily spreading the love between friends and family and people who come into contact to. It goes to, you know, buying back some more marmaj, adding to the marmaj farm on Chloe.near so that we can kind of use it as a checking account, because obviously Chloe.near is my hot wallet. And so that allows me to kind of just withdraw from the farm instantly and just send it to someone to buy an NFT or to spread the love in any other way. So that's what these funds are generally for. It's to make sure that I can continue go out spreading the love every day, not worried about, you know, not being homeless or whatever else, but I can just keep going out and doing it. And then we continue trying to support the DAO so that a whole community can form around this idea as well. So Paras, you know, we could stake our tiny bit of Paras, but not really worth it. I do have a store, a Gorilla Shop store that I've been playing around with. I'll dig into the store a bit later. You can kind of like build out your own store, Gorilla Shops. So this is what the store looks like. Not bad. Okay, so you can log in with your Near wallet. It should show both of my products. Okay, so I have to products, published, not published, publish. See, I mint something on Mintbase. Okay, so the Mintbase mint is already here. It's already for sale. Okay, but when you go to the front page, it doesn't actually show yet, which is kind of cool. So you can choose what gets published and what doesn't get published. So I published it. I don't think it should show up yet. Okay, just making sure. Because I have to deploy the site. Okay, so I can make changes and publish things and look at them, I think. But then I have to deploy it. So this is Gorilla Shops. Basically, I purchased an NFT of a banana for 5 Near, I think. And that allows me to make this front end store. And so I'm going to be trying to hopefully use this for other people in the future, or maybe building out a larger store with this. I'm not really sure. But I do want to see if I can get all the products to show up. I mean, I don't know how long it takes to build or deploy. Like, I don't know. It could take minutes. It could take hours. We really don't know. So it's kind of part of the testing. And then eventually we're going to be moving to Discord. So showing all of that. But yeah, it's kind of my personal experimentation at the moment. You can kind of see the poems that I'm writing, and my partner is helping me with minting and putting up. I like this shot because it shows the actual near price of 8.19. For example, Mintbase just shows 8.82. Also, obviously, being able to see the NFT in a large screen. All products, yeah. So it, for some reason, it's taking quite a while to show the other product. But you can log in with Near, which is kind of cool. So let's try that. Oh, got to manually log in. Okay. So yeah, I gotta hop off this call anyways and get to my next meeting, but it's pretty cool that you can kind of just log in like this. And maybe I'll buy one just to kind of see what it looks like. Maybe I'll buy the first one, since the other one, login unsuccessful. That's not what you want to see. Okay, so refreshing it made it work. And let's see. Let's just try buying it. I haven't gone through this flow yet. Obviously, I have to test these things out. And, you know, it sends Near to, you know, a bunch of people, and it'll be fun to see what that split looks like. And to make sure that it works. If someone comes to this page and tries to buy something, it works. The next step for me as well is getting a new domain name. So I'm going to get that this week. Bianca, the creative director of the foundation, my fiance, is going to help me get that set up. But there you go. Looks like I just bought it. Oh, this one's up now. Okay, Absurdity and Alienation. Looks like it just took a few minutes. So cool. The page is getting there, right? Spread the love. Might be a bit too big, right? But not bad. It's getting there. I wish the border showed up a bit better as well. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for coming along, following me in my daily kind of foray into the blockchain world and Web3 and trying to leverage it for social good. And I did say yesterday I wanted to try showing more of the, okay, so I leverage all these random dApps and blockchain tech for social good, but what is the social good? So this is the start of it, I guess, the ability for me to kind of get my words out onto paper of some sort, mint my poetry, and hopefully, you know, how some people start to collect it. But the idea is also, you know, I'm able to mint these, and the funds, when they are sold, go to various individuals, various projects. And the idea is to start, you know, writing poetry for special events like charities, writing them for like Earth Day or Valentine's Day or Easter. And the idea is to kind of use this as my social good. And everyone has their own definition. So, but yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for maybe stopping by.